Chimacum Middle School has a long tradition of environmental stewardship. Sixth graders begin the year by going down to our creek and setting fish traps. We set the fish traps, and then on the next day we come to see what we caught. Sixth graders then identify and count the different fish that we catch in the traps and report it to the Jefferson County Conservation District. This is where we set the traps in this section of our creek, and right there, that's what the trap looks like. We put a piece of bread in there to bait the fish, and once they go in, they don't come out until we let them out. Over here you see evidence of an invasive species that we found in Chimacum Creek. This is a pumpkin seed sunfish that does not belong in Chimacum Creek. What does belong, we catch a lot of these little three-spine stickleback fish. We catch coho salmon, chum salmon. We've caught rainbow trout, cutthroat trout, and sculpin, and those are the ones that we catch the most. And those are the ones that are supposed to be in our creek. We also work closely with the North Olympic Salmon Coalition, and here you see some photos of this year's 8th graders, the 2017-18 8th graders, working with North Olympic Salmon Coalition, learning about watershed and how rainwater flows through a watershed. The North Olympic Salmon Coalition restoration stewards also bring us samples of creek water from our local park, H.J. Carroll, and the students look through there for benthic macroinvertebrates. Here you see a photo of a scud, and these students here are digging through there to find other benthic macros, because finding these animals will let us know how healthy our creek is. It's called the Biological Integrity Score, and the more pollution-sensitive bugs we find, the better. Here's some more students. We use a key like this to identify the bugs that we find. It's a great activity and one of my favorites. One thing that 6th graders do every year as well is plant trees along different riparian zones of Chimacum Creek. North Olympic Salmon Coalition, again, is the one who does the work of finding properties where we are allowed to take our 6th graders. And here again we see this year's 8th graders, when they were 6th graders, planting trees. Last year, the 6th graders, who are 7th graders now in 2017-18, got to go to Fin River Farms. North Olympic Salmon Coalition partnered with Fin River Farms, and we were able to go on their property, which is a short walk right from our school. And they did great activities. You see this student here measuring this tree. By measuring a tree's diameter and the height and doing some cool math, students were able to approximate how much carbon is sequestered in a tree of that size. Of course, if we multiply by how many trees Fin River Farms has in their orchard that are approximately the same size, we can see how much just this one farm can hold in carbon dioxide that would otherwise be in the air, leading to even more global warming. Now, last year's 6th graders, they potted plants that they are going to get to actually plant this year as 7th graders. So this project is moving into the 7th grade, which is really exciting for Chimacum Middle School. By the time spring rolls around, Chimacum 6th graders again go to Chimacum Creek, but this time they conduct water quality tests. We test things like dissolved oxygen, pH, temperature, flow rate, and turbidity to determine how well our creek is doing. So here you have some of last year's 6th graders checking the water quality to see how Chimacum Creek is doing. We use what's called a LabQuest sensor interface and attach sensors like this dissolved oxygen one, and then the students are able to graph the data they collect. We've been doing this since 2002, so we can see how our creek is doing going back that far. It is really awesome to have such a long-standing tradition of testing our creek's water quality. After all that is done, 6th graders get to go on a field trip to the Pacific Salmon Center in Belfair, and there they work with kids from other schools that are doing environmental projects, and they share their findings. It's really awesome. The first half of our day at the Pacific Salmon Center is going through different booths and learning about different environmental projects going on in our area. But then what you see here is what's known as a sharing circle, and you see there kids from other schools. They take turns sharing their projects with each other, which is an awesome thing and another great tradition that Chimacum Middle School participates in. And if you want to see what 6th graders have been learning, check out this World Solutions blog by going to 6th grade worldsolutions.blogspot.com, and you'll get to see what 6th graders have written. Here's a view of some of the blog posts. These two are videos about ocean acidification, and you can see here our blog gets visited from all over the world. We got some visits here from Spokane, Grandview, and Australia. And our 6th graders write posts about water pollution and global warming, climate change, different things that can affect the ocean as well as freshwater ecosystems like our creek. Because of all these wonderful things we've been doing, I came across this NOAA project called the Ocean Guardian School. And I looked at it and I read what it takes to become an Ocean Guardian School. And it's not just studying and protecting the oceans, it also has to do with implementing a project that is related to the conservation of local watersheds. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. So I went ahead and applied, and luckily Washington schools in Jefferson County were able to apply. So I submitted an application and we got accepted. So this year, 2017-2018, Chimacum Middle School will be submitting all their results from this environmental stewardship project that we've been doing for over 15 years to the Ocean Guardian School program so that we can become an official Ocean Guardian School. So it's really exciting, and I can't wait to see what our kids are going to produce this year. So 6th graders do great work. We'll share it with the Ocean Guardian School program, and that will make Chimacum Middle School an Ocean Guardian School.